Hello. Hello. Welcome to my room. I know it's been so long since I've made a video that you probably don't even know who I am if you ever subscribed to me once, and I'm popping up now. You're probably just thinking, who is this guy interrupting my stream of top 10 crockpot recipe videos and the DIY Dollar Tree hauls? Definitely things that you all watch and not what I spend my time watching on YouTube. I wouldn't do that. I don't even own a crockpot, which is actually very sad. But for those of you who are still watching me talk at this point, whether or not you remember me, I have great news. I am a transgender man, which makes me automatically fascinating to listen to and look at, so you should stick around and continue to look at and listen to me. But if you do remember me and you're wondering what happened to me, the reason is, which it's gonna sound stupid because it is, it's supremely stupid, but I promised everybody, well, maybe I didn't promise, let's not be too harsh on myself. I did say, though, that if I got 1,200 likes on the rugby team that I pay for on their Facebook page, that I'd make a 3-part video about my time playing girls rugby, men's college rugby, and then now playing on a gay rugby team, and we got 1,200 likes, and then it stressed me out. I was like, I care a lot about this, and 3 videos is a lot. I'm already not even making 1 video regularly, so now I have to make like something that I'm passionate about into a 3-part series. How about instead I just drop off the face of the planet for many years? So that was my game plan. Here I am, not making a video about rugby still, because I figured, this is how I rationalized it, as long as I make those videos before I die, then I didn't lie to anyone. So if you like my rugby page, thank you. If you've been eagerly awaiting rugby videos, at this point I feel like you're probably not waiting for those videos anymore, but this isn't that, so sorry about that. And in the future, maybe it will be. Maybe like a couple more years, decades down the line, maybe tomorrow. It's really a mystery, but if I don't put the pressure on myself, then maybe I can still just sit here and ramble about things. Why am I back? No particular reason. Maybe a little bit is that I see some other, like, old trans YouTubers popping up, and is it jealousy? Is it, nostalgia? I don't know. But also quarantine, that might have something to do with it, and being bored and lonely. But I'm actually not that lonely. I live with a bunch of people. You know what? I'm gonna stop, and then first introduce that I'm going to give you a life update, because that's what would make sense in this point. I've forgotten how to be a YouTuber. Just gonna talk about my life. So I imagine it's been probably 4 years at least since I made an actual video at all on my channel, and then even before then I think it was like 1 video a year, so it's been like a long time. Like I was basically a child last time I made a video, and now I'm a real adult. Now, one thing that adults love to have and to talk about is jobs, my professional life. Where am I now? What am I doing? Am I using my degree? No, not really. The funny thing is, it's like I wanna like pick up where I left off last time I told you about my job, but like I really don't think I've ever had a job since being on YouTube ever. Like I think all of my professional life has happened after falling off of YouTube, except for like working at dining halls in college. So in college, I had a marketing degree. I got a marketing degree, and then I worked in marketing for a couple years, and well, yeah, like a couple, like 3 or 4 years, 3-ish, 2 years, I'm gonna go with 4 years, including when I was in college. And the first couple of jobs I had were great in that I loved the coworkers, I loved the mission, or some combination of different factors that were like great, with the work part always being like kinda dull, but sometimes having meaning to me. But then the last job for marketing that I ended up in, which the actual work was actually more interesting because it had to do with technology. This is stuff that you probably don't care about. Anyways, my coworkers all horrible, like white, old, straight Republican men who at one point cornered one of my coworkers and berated him about why they aren't allowed to say the N-word. So like, it was a very bad environment, and I also, at that point, had to really look at what I was doing as a job, and like, if I cared about it, and I ended up I applied to jobs while working. I spent the last couple weeks at my job, I pretty much spent most of my work days on the work internet applying for jobs. I know they say don't do that because like your boss can watch you or IT can watch you, and could they? Probably. Were they? Maybe. They didn't say anything. So I was applying to all kinds of jobs, trying to find stuff that had like little pieces that I felt that I would be like more passionate about than what I was currently doing, which I was 0% passionate about. One of which was a mental health hospital that had a residential school program within it for the most emotionally and behaviorally challenged youth in the region. So it's a school where the kids live there, and they get a bunch of therapy, but also since they live there, they also have to get schooling, and I was applying to be the computer science teacher. Now, on paper, this job doesn't make any sense for me at all. I've never formally worked with youth. I've never formally worked with any type of disability or mental health related population. I don't have any formal training or education in computer science. It didn't make any sense for me to get that job. Didn't expect to hear back from them. Within 20 minutes, I had an email back setting up an interview, and within a couple days, I was offered the job. So probably like a major red flag when someone's that desperate, and that kind of tracks because this place is like a hot mess, as you would expect it to be given what the goal of the whole program is. But I would say that the turnover rate for teachers is about 6 months. So I'm still working there, going on 3 years, or maybe it's a little over 3 years, I don't quite remember. But I'm still there, a veteran teacher, because this place is brutal. I mean, the population is really intense, the pay is really low, the conditions and resources and support are hard to navigate, I shall say. But for the right person, this job is like incredible. Like, I love the people that I work with, from the students to the staff, even my bosses. Like I said, sometimes it's hard to get the resources that you need for like a classroom setting. So it goes with teachers everywhere. Anyways, it's great, you know, you just gotta deal with, you know, being punched in the face every once in a while. Beyond that, I am living with 5 people, or 4 people. One of them is kind of like abroad. I'm not really sure what's going on. But anyways, I bought a house, I own my own house, and I rent it out to friends. I live with my partner, who, you don't know him. Maybe if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, then you would know who he is. But I live with my partner, and I live with a couple of my friends, one of which is a drag queen, so there's fucking glitter everywhere, and we've been having like in-house virtual drag shows in quarantine, and we're all queer and gay and trans, and it's a blast. So I'm really not as lonely as what I said before. I'm actually in a great environment to be in a pandemic, I would say. So I've managed to spend like almost 8 minutes talking about not very much. I had a grand plan to give you a tour of my house and talk about just a lot of things that were really interesting and that I'm sure you're all dying to know about. You don't even know what they are. I don't even know what they are. Really interesting stuff, so I'll just save that for other videos. Now, I am excited to keep making videos. This is actually much easier than I thought it would be to sit and talk at the camera again, but in order for me to actually continue to make videos, they're going to continue to be similarly unimpressive in nature, because I need this to be low pressure, or else I'm gonna get stressed again, and then you won't see me until I'm elderly. This is the end of the video. I will see you next time.